Hi, I'm Jodi Bakst, broker, owner of Real Estate Experts. And today I'm going to talk about how you handle the situation if you want to sell your house and you have an older roof. So one of the most important questions that I ask sellers when I'm talking to them in a listing presentation is I want to know about the age of their systems and the age of the roof. The newer the systems and the newer the roof, really the better, because that's what buyers want to see. So let's say you have a roof that's older. So how old is your roof? All right, let's say you have a 10 or a 15-year-old roof and you have a 20, 25-year shingle on it. That's really not old. You shouldn't have a problem with that. It's entirely possible you might need some repairs, but that's really fine. So what happens if you actually have an older roof, a roof that is at or near the end of its useful life? That's a totally different story, and the answer is going to be different. So the very best thing that you can do in a real estate transaction, if you have a roof that's at or near the end of its useful life, is just go ahead and replace it. You know, buyers really like to see a new roof. Well, let's say you don't want to replace it. You don't have the funds to replace it. Maybe you've already done a lot of work on the interior of your home, or you just painted the exterior, or, you know, there could be any number of reasons why you really, really don't want to replace the roof when you put your home on the market. So how do you deal with it? So there's a couple of different strategies. The very best situation is that you've gotten into a competitive situation on your house and possibly you could sell it as is and you don't have to deal with the roof at all. So that would be a wonderful situation. The second situation is, you know, it's really great if you could actually split the cost of the roof with the buyer. That's wonderful when we can negotiate that and make that happen. The third thing that could happen is that short of you replacing the roof, you could provide a credit at closing. So I always, when I have this situation, I like to have replacing the roof priced out. I like to have that information in my back pocket because it really helps with negotiations. So it's also something that's important because if you let a buyer price out a roof, just like if you let a buyer price out carpet, the price is going to be higher. It's going to be higher than what you can get because they typically will just, you know, add something in there because they think the cost could go up. So it's really best from a negotiation standpoint to have that information in your back pocket. So when you're talking to a listing agent and you have an older roof, I would add this question into the list of questions that you ask the agent, because a good listing agent should be able to listen to what your needs are, that you do have an older roof, what your situation is in terms of potentially not wanting to replace it, and developing a strategy that will help you achieve your goals. There is one other thing that you can do as a homeowner. If by chance you live, you know, in an area where there's been some significant weather, you know, situations, and you could possibly have, you know, wind or hail damage done to your roof, then you can reach out to your homeowner insurance company and see if they will possibly cover replacing the roof. I mean, my motto in this business is if you don't ask, you don't get. So it's certainly not going to hurt to ask your insurance company. But if they aren't going to cover the cost of replacing your roof, then everything that I explained about how you want to approach this is my recommendation. And certainly when you're sitting down and talking with your listing agent, or, you know, if you're interviewing, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 listing agents, have this as one of your strategic questions. How do they recommend you approach the fact that you have an older roof and given, you know, the situation that you have at hand? This is how I talk with my sellers all the time, how we at Real Estate Experts, you know, work with our sellers to develop strategies to help you reach your goal. So if you'd like to talk with any of us, please don't hesitate to reach out. We would love to help, and thank you so much for listening today.